Hey friends, I wanted to do a quick little weird different DIY, and today if you are like a LP nerd like I am and you collect records and that kind of thing, I wanted to show you something kind of fun that you've probably seen before, but since LPs have been kind of out of the picture for a while, you might have not seen it. So what do you do with records that are damaged and that kind of thing? And I'm going to have a teeny little, maybe a mini series on these because there's quite a few different ideas that you can do with these. But first one I'm going to do is this fun little bowl. And it's like an easy thing. I'm sure you guys seen it before, but I use this for my keys, this bowl here, and unfortunately this record was way too scratched and damaged, and I didn't want to damage my needle on my record players. So this is a way to reuse the record in a different way. So you can have different bowls, you can paint them to make them look like flowers and that kind of thing. This would look like a really cute poppy-like bowl. I have them for my keys by the door, and I actually have a little candy holder that is a, what's his name on Star Wars there? One of my favorite characters, can't think of it right now. Yoda, sorry, there you go. And he's holding, instead of the candy bowl, I replaced it with this. So, I mean, you can use it by your door or whatever. So you can do this. There's this size here, just to show you. I have all different sizes. There's so many different projects you can do with these when you can't use them anymore. This one has so many scratches right through, and you might not be able to catch it. They are deep, like looks like somebody really grooved it in there or something. Something got a little stone, I don't know what. But, I mean, I can't chance it on my LP. I mean on my record player. So it's got to be recycled, be reused some way. This one too, it's pretty, it's an old one, so we'll see how this melts. There's different thickness. This is really old, it's really hard, so we'll try this one. This one's a little newer, so it melts really nicely. You can also take chunks out of these and melt them really nicely, but we'll have more projects on them. So this is another one here, and I have tons here that were in crates. As you can see, piles here in crates, and I go through them, and I have to, there's some down there too, 45s, and unfortunately a lot of them are very damaged. I have tons of them that were in sleeves that are up there if you guys could see, but unfortunately it happens and they get damaged. And if you have a yard sale and there's some damaged LPs or records, whatever you call them, you can get them for nothing. You can actually play with them and see what you like with your art. You can make different things. So for the first video I want to do is this. So if you have a Pyrex bowl or some kind of metal bowl that you can stick in the oven, that's how I do this. I stick this in the oven. So I have it 400 degrees Fahrenheit, I guess that's what it is. But anyways, we're going to go right to the oven and we're going to play. This is just a quick video on a quick DIY for something that is really neat you can use in your office. You can throw craft stuff in there, you can throw whatever. So here we go to the kitchen. Okay, so we're in my kitchen. The oven window glass thing is a little dirty. I don't know. I'm just supposed to be self-cleaning, and I'm too busy to scrub it. So that's my excuse for that, and that's sticking totally to it. So this bowl here is a Pyrex bowl. It's not meant to go on the heat directly on the element, but you can put microwave, conventional oven, and you can put it in the oven. In the oven, not too long, but you can heat up pretty much. So basically, that's it. This is my one that has been melted. I put it over top, and I shape it to the way I want it afterwards. This one's kind of going to be a bit of a task because it's a little harder plastic. We'll see how that goes. It's quite, if you were to break it, like you know how it would just kind of shatter. Here's a chip. I don't know if you can see that right there. So we'll see how this one melts. And then we have this one too, which would require a smaller bowl or a little metal can or something. So yeah, it's not going to take too long. I have oven mitts here. I'm going to open my oven. Don't look at my mitts. I'm going to throw it in there. I'm going to try and move the camera closer so then you guys can trying to avoid being in the picture. I have no idea. Give you a quick update here. Oh, it's been like seconds, seriously, just seconds. But you can see, if you can see without that terrible little light there, it's kind of like wavy now. This is a thicker plastic than the more modern LPs. This is an older one. So just to show you, it is melting. This one's going to be different. But if they are all meltable. Oh, look, my bird's trying to climb up my leg. Okay, there. I'm not really doing a really good angle. Anyways, so he's melting and coming along. Okay, so to get more of a feel of how warm it is, you can kind of shape it with a, you have a spatula I picked up from the Dollarama, and you can kind of see if it's movable and that kind of thing. And see how it's going. This one is actually being very, very stubborn. So it could be for a different design of what you're looking for. Look at this. The bird is climbing. Bird is climbing. So anyway, that's how I'm keeping him quiet. It's actually letting him run around the floor. But we might have to do another record to show you the more bull effect. Take this guy out, and Taya's going to back up. I'm going to take this guy out and try to get my bird to jump off me. Thank you. Jump off. Oh. Ah, thank you. Sorry, guys. Yeah, this is my predicament. So here it is. Get you closer. Here it is, and then it's kind of like already drying up. So you can kind of move it and shape it, throw it back in there. But you don't want to move it too much while it's cooling off. If you feel it being at all really stiff, you want to stop. You'll crack the record. So if you want to manipulate it more, you gotta stick it back in. I'm just looking for the chip part. It's already getting too cool to move. But there's what that looks like. I can throw it back in and do something more with it. Here's a can. A can's really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer my bowl. And I have it on a cookie sheet so that it's easier for me to pick up. Because how are you going to pick it up when there's a melted melted record on top of the bowl? So a little hard to do. So, put my bowl there carefully. Don't want to bump it around too much when it's heated up. So now I'm gonna. You could do a can too, but I just wanted to show you like on a bowl. Let's see if I can get this a little bit more down with the can. But also too, the can's gonna be handy for the smaller LPs. And did you see that wasn't too long that it actually cooled off enough for me to touch it? It's not going to drippy melt or anything like that. I'm guessing you probably get it to the point of drippy melt, but I haven't done it. So that would be kind of dangerous, I think. So for burning and, causing damage. We're going to wait for that to sit a bit. Can you see it in there? You probably can't, so I'm going to stop the video. And then try back on. It's quite drooping now. I hope this is not like the worst video ever for you guys. Like, oh yeah, this is not fun at all. But now it's dripping quite a bit. And I know I'm moving my webcam. I'm using my webcam. But look at this. Look, can you see how pliable it is? My bird's pulsing. Very pliable. If you have a cake pan to put your can or you'll be able to spin it a little bit easier than a rectangular. But look at that. And you have your paper in the center, so it keeps it pretty solid. And now I can take that out and kind of manipulate to the way I want. It's so pliable. So then I can make my loops and on there whatever way I want. Kendra, I think the bird's calling you. Kendra, the bird's calling you. That's how he says Kendra. So it's warm, but it's not hurting me. I could just kind of play with it, see what I like. This is going to be hot. And I'll put my oven mitts on just to make sure, because I don't want to. So I want to put a little bit more pressure on. Figure out what I want here. And it's not going to take too long, so I got to figure it out. Like, I cut little pieces in there and make whatever kind of design I want. I'm just going to try to, this one's the one here with the chip. Just got the chip in there. But that's what I do, is I manipulate to what I want, which way I want shape, and see what kind of unique bowl I have there. That's quite a weird one. Different. Push it open a little bit more because I kind of want to look a little bit more floral like this. I have a little bit of a melted part here from touching the can too much. But there we go. That is the design of that one. So now I'm going to grab this little one and we'll see what we come up with this. Again, putting it in the oven. And this is just a fun way to reuse your records into something else. So we're going to play with this one in the oven, and then we're going to see what we can use with it. This one would be good for a little holder for jewelry or something you're cracking on the side, embellishments, whatever. So I'm going to move you back. You won't be able to see this one in there too much. You can see just a teeny bit right here. Okay, this one being smaller, it didn't take very long to, it's much smaller, much thinner, to melt the shape. We're going to see what we can do with it. I might even have to snip a few pieces off to make it so I can make it more round. You could peel some of the paper off one side, but the center will be a little bit thicker, I think, because they do take some of the record out to make the music, some of the, but you can push it around. Nope, okay, I'll back off. You can push it. Bird doesn't want to get too close to the oven, trust me. You're not a turkey. She ain't playing around. I'm going to pull it out now. I don't know what I was recording. Was I recording my wall on the bottom? So it's a salsa jar. And you can heat it some more and get a little bit of a rounder piece. But there is like a little ring holder, a little bling holder, something like that, for your crafts and that kind of thing. Or even just having people over and having like a retro night. Man, where did all those parties go? We used to have like in the day, right? Where we can have over and have theme parties. It was so fun when your friends come over. Anyway, off subject, but there you go. You got some really cool pieces. In another one. Is it in there? Is it recording? What? Okay, it's recording. Threw in another one on the can this time. It's quite. This is such an inconvenient way to record. It's on. There we go. The can is really gone. It's gone. So we're going to get that out right now before it gets too crazy stuck to the can. Because the can gets really hot. That's why I like using the Pyrex. But it's not in for very long, so it's safe to use the bowl. Moving you up. And, yeah, I can play with it now. This one I wanted to make it more different. So, like, this is a thinner record too than the last one we just used. This one's quite warm now, so quite warm. But I want to give you guys an example of just the different styles. You can use different size cans, different size proper, like Pyrex bowl or whatever. You could probably use this as like a little planter. Something really cool. If you're going to have it outside in the sun, that's not going to work because it's going to warp again, because that's what records do. LPs work in the sunlight, in the heat. And that's why it doesn't take too much to warp them. But you can have it inside as a little potting. Put a little pot in it or whatever. You don't have to have the soil directly in there, but whatever. You can just have something really cool, like I said, for your embellishments or whatever. I think it's something unique, And if you have scratch records, why not? This is another one. So that is my quick DIY. Something really unique. You can kind of manipulate it still. This is quite warm, but you don't want to manipulate it when it's starting to stiffen up, or else you're going to crack it and you're not going to enjoy it as much. You're going to feel bad, have remorse if you crack your LP. But if you're feeling that you still want to play with it, and it's too stiff here, I will crack it, you can throw it back in the oven. You can heat it up as many times as you feel. Just don't let it get all drippy in there, because that will be a bad news. There goes my bird. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So I'm back to my record collection, and like I said, if you got some, use it. Here's my first one of my full ones. So you could do any shape, size. It's the same size record. This one's a little bit more stiff. It's got the quite cool. You can see the thickness, and look at the thickness here. You can see the difference, but that is still so cool. So you can use that for, I wouldn't use it for food or anything like that because I don't know the vinyl, but you can use it for your crafts, your jewelry, that kind of thing. So I think the kids are going crazy in the background. I was lucky enough to get this far. So here's my bowl, here's my other one. So just wanted to say this is one that looks like a planter, and I kind of like that. It's pretty cool, as long as you're not going to put it in front of the heat. Or you can use it as a pen holder or markers. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that idea. Markers, a craft room, and be really inventive. Here's one for little porcelain pieces, little embellishments, whatever. You can use it for your rings, jewelry, that kind of thing, when you take them off before bed. Yeah, so there you go, guys. I hope you like this little DIY on any records that you just can't use to listen to, or you don't like. You can kind of recycle them and make something else. This is one project. There's many things you can use these for, but this is one. One fun and easy way to use these, and I think they're really cool. Yeah, don't forget to craft like a duck, guys, and I'll talk to you later, and I hope you enjoyed this little DIY. And even if you don't have a record player, and you see some cheap records, you know what you can do with them if you like. You could paint this up and stuff too. Bye, guys.